Good morning, hoki mai anō. Thank you so much for joining us on AIM this morning, 23 minutes after 8 o'clock. With interest rates staying annoyingly high, aren't they, and the official cash rate proving pretty finicky, the housing market, it is a difficult one to judge. But can we expect to see property values start to fall across the country? I hope not. Thanks to our partners Property Apprentice. We've got the owner and the financial advisor, Debbie Roberts, joining us now to talk all about this. Let's talk about this. So the number of house listings is actually increasing at the moment.
Yes,
why is that?
It has. I think it's a combination of things. First of all, interest rates are still high, so I think there's a lot of pain out there with people who've got mortgages. We're seeing a lot of redundancies and things like that. So potentially a large number of the properties that are being listed for sale are from vendors who need to sell for one reason or another. There's also potentially the reason that properties could have come out of their bright line period. So, people who purchased them with the intention of holding them for a while and then putting them on the market, they might be looking at doing that now. We could see some more listings increase on the 1st of July when the bright line period reduces to 2 years, so we'll see what happens. But normally what we would expect, when the number of listings increases but sales haven't really increased as much, like sales are still pretty flat at the moment, normally what we would expect to see happening is that when listings increase and there's not many buyers in the market, we would normally expect to see prices to start dropping. My gut feeling is that that's not going to happen.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of people in the market that are sitting on the sidelines. Now, this is what we call a buyer's market, and it's called a buyer's market for a reason. The irony is that during a buyer's market, there's not many buyers out there. It's literally the whole country's gone on sale. Okay. So I've got some stats here for you. Mm-hmm. Nationwide, listings have increased by 23.9% compared to this time last year. They're the highest inventory levels that we've seen since 2015. So that's significant. Lots of choice. Yeah. Lots of choice for buyers. Interest rates, like we said, they're still high. Inflation data's out this morning. Yay. Most people are expecting inflation to be around 4%. It's currently, the last quarter was 4.7, but I suspect that there's a chance that it could be lower than most people are expecting because there is so much pain out there at the moment. Which means that if inflation's heading in the right direction faster than most people think, that means that the Reserve Bank is likely to decrease the OCR sooner than most people think. And that will bring relief on the interest rate front, which is great. So that is going to bring more buyers back into the market. It seems like every second person that I talk to at the moment says, should we wait till interest rates come down before we buy a home? Most of the buyers in the market at the moment are either first home buyers or movers. They're either upgrading or downgrading. So my advice would be, don't wait, because house prices are actually still increasing. They're not decreasing.
And once those interest rates come down, then there is more competition.
There'll be more competition, yeah. So at the moment, plenty of choice. Lots of properties on the market. Prices are still increasing, so it's not going to get any cheaper, but it will get cheaper to pay the mortgage when interest rates come down. So, buy now rather than waiting for prices to increase and interest rates to come down. You'll save a lot of money.
The increase in listings, are they voluntary listings or are there quite a few mortgagee listings?
Mortgagees have increased a little bit, not as much as what we saw in the global financial crisis, and part of that, in my opinion, is because bank lending criteria is a lot more restrictive now. So banks are protecting us from ourselves to a huge extent. They're testing your affordability to pay a mortgage at about 9%, even though that's a lot higher than what interest rates are at the moment.
With a lot of the listings, are there some bargains out there?
Potentially there are, yeah. So I think this is the stage of the property cycle where you should try to negotiate, because there will be vendors that will have owned their properties for a number of years. They'll have lots of equity in it, but they need to sell. So, if you don't ask, you don't get. And you might be the only person that's making an offer on that property.
Okay, so given there's a lot of people on the sidelines, not many people running onto the field to actually make a play, so then you can get some good bargains.
Yeah, and I always get accused of talking the property market up, but I don't sell property. We don't sell property at Property Apprentice. It's just this is the time to get in there if you're in a position to be able to do that. There's some good deals.
What about investment properties? Is it a good time to get some investment properties now?
Yeah, it's literally counter-cyclical investing. So, you know, buy when the market's down and then reap the rewards when the markets increase. And rents are on the increase, so the rental returns are increasing as well. So, yeah, it's a great time.
That's not going to be, that's not news to people, good news for people out there who are renting.
No, exactly. But, you know, it's a good time. If you haven't already started working on your home deposit, start saving now. Even if it's going to take 10 years, you're better to start that today than wait another 5 and then start, you know. So, yeah, put your plan together early.
What about property prices? Like, are they going to, do you know how they peaked in 2021 and they've, you know, come back down and they've gone up and they're going down? When are they going to get back to those levels?
Oh,
do we know?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I haven't got, a crystal ball at least. No, but I mean,
you're in a
nobody knows.
But
Yeah. Nobody knows when they're going to get back. But what I can tell you is that now the median price nationwide is $800,000, and that's just a little bit higher than where values were 2 months before the peak of the boom.
Okay. Right, so it's a fickle thing, isn't it, the property market?
Totally, and it can turn on a dime.
Yeah, it really can. Thank you very much.
Yep,
I always learn a lot. We always learn a lot with you coming in. Thanks to our partners at Property Apprentice. That is the owner and financial advisor, Debbie Roberts.